friends, it's time for me to decorate the grandbaby's cakes. I got them frosted, nothing fancy. And believe me, this isn't going to be anything fancy anyway. I better move the camera so you can pretty much see what I'm doing. Okay? All right. This is definitely not a how-to, more than this is a how I do it. Okay? So, I'm going to make just a couple little roses and some leaves and then do a border around their cakes and write happy birthday on it for them. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it is quite tedious. But I'm going to show you how I make a few simple roses and a little buds and do the leaves, and then I'll finish it all up and show later. So, let's see here. Let me turn this. Okay. Hopefully you can see good. Now I got one of my skewers. I never use, I know a lot of people use the nail with the flat piece on it. No, I can't make a flower on that to save my life. I've always done it this way. So all I do is I take it and I go up the side of the skewer and down and form the center part of my flower. Okay? And then I just go around and around and around. And there's my little flower. See that? There's your little flower. Pull it up. And then I just very carefully set it right on the cake. So there's flower number one. Okay? I'll come in closer here. Let me turn this a little bit. And I'll come in closer here and I'll show you how I do this. I'm a little shaky today. Probably nervous because I never show anybody this. Okay, you go up and around. And I make the center part of my flower. See? There's the center part of your flower. Then you just go around and around and around and around, around and around and around. And you got a pretty flower. Okay, let's turn this around. We're going to take, and it slides down. It don't hurt nothing. And we're going to set that one right next to it. Now I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do just one more, and then I'm going to do little buds. So here we go. There's one, around, 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 around. It's a small one. Take your scissors, slide it off, put it on your cake. Okay? My frosting is getting warm. All right, so now I'm just going to come in here and do a couple of little buds. And you just like so. I should have got my Lazy Susan out, but I didn't think about it. And then down here, I do a couple little buds on this side. There. Okay, you got that? Now I'm going to come in here with my, where's my green? Okay, with my leaves. I don't do anything fancy. I don't do all the drawing of the other stuff on there. I just put my little leaves in here. See that? Perfect. You know, this is funny how I learned how to do this. I never took a class or nothing. I was in dire need of a job one time. I kid you not. My kids were little. Many moons ago, I was in my early 20s, and I had all three of my kids. Probably by the time I was 22, I had all three kids. I started at 20. There's step stairs, definitely. And I needed a job so bad. It was just unreal. I didn't get any help from anybody or the state or anything. I was all on my own. So what I did was I was up at the grocery store one day to get a couple things that my kids needed, bread, whatever, And I saw the sign on the window and it said cake decorator wanted. And I thought to myself, okay, Renee, and okay, Jesus, this is my chance to get a job. I'm going to do this. Help me to do this so I can support my family. And by gosh, I walked in there, never had decorated a cake in my life. Okay? And they said, oh, just show us how you decorate this cake and we'll talk when you're done. Well, I thought, oh boy. And I said a good prayer and I had good faith and I decorated that cake. And that guy come back and he says, wow, that's really nice. Hey, you know what? Can you start tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, you betcha, buddy. I'll be here tomorrow, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. And I had that job for quite a few years. So, when you think you can't do something, say a prayer and do it anyway. Because you can do it. See that? Isn't that cute? Just a couple little leaves on here. Just very, very simple, yet pretty. And we'll zoom in on it. And that's all I'm going to show you, because I'll show you the rest when it's all done. But let me zoom in on this. This is cute. Okay. There's the little flowers. There's the little buds. And then I'll show you the rest of the cake when it's done. Alrighty? I'll be back.